Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of The Children. It's a horror, came out in 1980, it's an 18, it's an hour and 33 minutes. Amazon is 4.5 out of 5 and IMDb is 5.4 out of 10. The synopsises are the same, so I'll read it. A nuclear plant leak turns a busload of children into murderous atomic zombies with black fingernails. So the director is Max Kamilonovich, Kalmanowicz, who directed Dreams Come True. Producers, well, there's only 3 of them, but 2 of them are here. So we have Max again, who produced Rock the Paint, and Carlton J. Albright, who produced Dreams Come True. Music was by Harry Manfredini, Manfredini, who did the music for Friday the 13th. The cast, we have Martin Shaker, Shakar, who was John Fremont, who was in Saturday Night Fever. Joy Glacum, Glaccum, who was Susie Mackenzie, who was in The Prowler. Tracy Griswold, who was Deputy Harry Timmons, was in Mentor. And Jill Rogers was Sheriff Billy Hart, who was Cherry. It was in Cherry. It was filmed in Great Barrington and Egremont in Massachusetts, USA, and it's also known as The Children of Ravensbrück. It actually states at the beginning it's a trauma film. Now I love trauma films. I've got a fair few of them. My favourite one is Newcomb High. One day I'll do a review of that, but I love Newcomb High. Newcomb High. So hopefully I was going to enjoy it at this point. I was like, yeah, let's see how it goes. So the music kind of starts with trumpets and trombones, people on a large cooling tower. It's a nuclear power plant, I realised at the time, because I don't read the synopsises as usual. And it seems like our awesome engineers were sent out to check for a leak. They didn't find anything. Then they realised that it's end of work day, and if they go to the boss, they'll be sent back out again, with no overtime. So they're off to the bar instead. So we have the kids, the busload of kids singing bottles of beer, 100 bottles of beer on the wall, blah blah blah. And I bet the driver was absolutely loving his job. It's like, oh, it's the best job in the world. This get to listen to the same song every sodding day. So we see the leak. It's like a cloud. It's like a dense yellow fog, and he literally just drove straight into it. To the bus driver, which you would do if you just saw some smoke disappear in front of you. So I'm watching this with headphones on purely because it's late at night. With Amazon it is. I don't know what it's like for anything else, but when everyone else speaks, you hear this kind of tinny, like every time somebody says something, and it's like, what the hell? But I've got this in my ears all the time. It's like, jeez. The sheriff, my goodness me. So the sheriff is Jill Rogers, and he doesn't seem to be on the ball, if you know what I mean. And also the voices then instantly became out of sync, so they were speaking, but then the mouth wasn't matching it, if you know what I mean, for about 2 seconds out. So it kind of looked a bit weird. It did kind of right itself a bit later on, but it was a bit weird at the beginning. So the kids are missing, because they've become zombies. And Sheriff's doing a great job. He's blowing air through his cheeks. He hasn't looked anywhere at all. He sort of saw the bus and then just drove away. It's like, oh, where are you going? And then he found a neighbour, and it took the neighbour there to find out about the kids. He said, oh, the bus is here. There's no kids. So it took the neighbour to start yelling out for the kid's name. I thought, I'm sure it's a local school, especially considering you got the neighbour who has one of the kids. You would have yelled that kid's name out, would you not? I mean, as a copper, or maybe you don't anymore in the police. Music in the graveyard scene was a bit in the face, kind of like Psycho style and Friday the 13th. Now, at the time, I didn't know that Harry had done the music. I love Friday the 13th. I've got the entire box set, apart from a couple that they're just annoying, but I've got them all, as it were. And if you ever listen to the 5/13th music, you'll know what I mean. The original, not the remakes. But it was like that, and Psycho, like ching 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 music, and as well as the other. I thought, well, what the hell? Because I thought this is like 5/13th, but did they just nick it? And then the special effects and how they kill was pretty impressive, as in how they actually kill, and the special effects on the person when they kill somebody. I thought that was good. I like that. So Martin Shaker broke down. Right, sheriff comes up and says, what's wrong with your car? And he tells them all the issues. And he says, I'll give you a lift. So he goes, okay then. But then he gets back in his car, and I thought, is he going to just sort of lock it up, take the keys out, something like this? No, the sheriff gets back to his car, starts it, and then pushes this guy's, Martin Shaker's car, or John Freeman's car, or whatever it is, Martin Shaker's the real name, just pushes it from behind. I'm thinking, that's not really giving somebody a lift, is it? I'm pretty sure. I thought it was a jump start, but again, I've never seen it all like that. Normally you kind of like roll it down a hill. So I know cyclists on lanes, country lanes in the UK, are a pain in the backside because there's nowhere to overtake. I don't know if anybody in America's watching this or whatever, but basically in Britain our country lanes are weavy little things. You can't even overtake a bloody badger if it's walking in the road, or a bird. So a cyclist comes along, and they always cycle in the middle, because if you cycle on the side, obviously you're going to go in the gutter. There is no gutter, but you end up falling off. Potholes everywhere, because our roads are crap. You can't see around the corners, so you can't overtake them. Then when you think you can overtake them, you realise there's a car coming towards you, or you find out that there's two cyclists in front of you going in tandem, which really annoys the crap out of everybody, or they cycle in a long stream of lines. You can't overtake one and then cut back in again, because you'll knock them off. Any hoodle. In America, here we are, and she's cycling away in front. She's a bit near the middle of the lane, right? The car's behind, tooting his horn, and he's going, what is he? Is she just aching to die? Just get past her. Just run her off the road. And I thought, when you passed her on that road, it was like, I don't know, like a freeway sort of road, you know what I mean? Where there's like a huge, massive side that you can just overtake. If that was in the UK, it would be like, just overtake the person. Then the cyclist would be in the bush. The cat is going to annoy me in a minute. I'm just going to put my arm out to stroke him, because I've just nearly killed him a few minutes ago from what he just did. Anyway, the dude, Martin Shaker, ended up getting a lift with the sheriff. So I don't know what happened to his car. Probably just drove off the road or something. Now, for some bizarre reason, the bus has moved. So the bus had obviously veered off onto the side of the road. I think veered off to the right. And then basically we got a bit later on, and it was on the left-hand side in an alleyway, like not an alleyway, like a bit of mud or something on the left. And I thought, okay, maybe that's to stop the road being blocked. Don't worry about a crime scene or anything. But then they left the door wide open. So it's not like they just moved it there and locked it up in case anyone would nick it. They moved it there, left the door wide open, and just drove off. Well, I'm assuming because they weren't there at the time when they were doing it. And again, the music in most of this film is just like 5/13th. And I was like, have they nicked it? Have they nicked all the... Okay, is that copyright? And it was only at the end when the credits come up, I went, it's Harry. And of course, this came out in 1980, and so did the first 5/13th. So he obviously did the both. I think this one came out after. So he obviously did both, and of course, it wasn't a really well-known film back then, for the first one. The sheriff is like a deer in the headlights, looking shocked all the time. Even when he's just standing there, he's like, it's like, whatever. Now, I don't know because I don't have one, but those ham radios or CBs or whatever they're called, the ones where people go break a break when they hold the thing up, and or they have one at home and they're talking to people. So if you call somebody, I always assume you have to hold down a button on the handset thing, the little speaker job. Otherwise, it'll just keep on going on and on and on, won't it? It's when you put your hand down, put the little speaker down, it'll just keep on going. But no. She was calling the copper, was his woman, and he's going, hello, are you okay? He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the microphone thing got dropped to the actual bench, and then all they could hear was screaming. And I thought, surely you wouldn't be able to hear anything because they haven't pressed that little button. It would just be static or just dead, like she was. So you just see some things, think, what the hell? So this woman, I can't remember her name now. Let's see if we can find her. I don't want to actually, because I think it was the husband, the wife of mine. So basically, the sheriff is kind of shooting out the window at the children. Of course, he's going, the children! That's all you hear. It's constantly the children, the children. It's like, do they not have names? So she basically picked up this flower vase and whacked it over his head. Of course, the flower vase completely broke in half. It didn't seem to touch his head. It sort of just disintegrated in their hands, and he just sort of flopped out on the floor and was passed out for like half an hour. I thought, really? Well, the ending was, well, was it what I expected? Partially, but no. I mean, it was like, okay. It was a good film. Special effects were done well. And then I saw that Harry did the music, so I was like, aha! Made sense. And then at the end of the film, before the credits kick in, you got some like wind music, right? Or end music, sorry. And then it goes into the credits and you go, I don't know what the music is. Just gonna say it's like la 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 la, and then it goes la la la, and just stops. I'm like, oh right, wait. If I just pressed the wrong button, so I didn't know if I pressed the wrong button on my computer, so I went back. La la la. Oh no, it just cuts out for some bizarre reason. God knows why. I'm actually going to give it a 5. It was the sheriff was just so all the time looking sort of thing. I mean, even if you look in IMDb at his face that you've got as his top cast, that's the face you get. This kind of look of, where am I? What am I doing? It just, yeah. There are times when he just smile and have a chat, but that's usually when he's kind of like lurching after the waitress. But other than that, no. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this film review of The Children. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of the film reviews, quite a few horrors to say the least. So you might find something else you like. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Leave a comment in the comment box below if you've seen this film. Did you like it? I don't know. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.